Hello everybody, my name is Vito. If you're new to this channel, I am 20 years old. I'm a college student going to school for music and Spanish in North Carolina. I've been wet shaving for about 6 years now, I guess you could say. DE wet shaving. And yeah, so I have recently been doing a lot of videos on shaving soaps, and I figured today I would do a video about my Boar brush. This is the Omega 48, and I believe it's also the Proraso brush, if you go on Amazon and look at that. So I got this brush in particular in 2017, and I got it on Amazon. I'll put the link below for that. And you know, I got it for a really decent price. I guess Boar brushes are I guess well known for being very affordable, and to me that's something that's very important. So first of all, this is like $10, $11 flat. I mean, anywhere you go, that's the price for this brush pretty much, and it is totally worth it if you're thinking about it. In terms of shaving brushes, nice shaving brushes are not $10. However, this is a nice shaving brush for $10. It is so worth the money. This was my first natural brush, natural hair brush, and it has served me well. It has served me really well for the past 3 years now. I broke it in. I guess I've been looking up some stuff recently, and I guess I've been breaking it in, or I have broken it in a way that most people do and some people don't. So what I've done is I took this really hard soap, and it has a very strong smell, and I don't really like using it on my face, so I use it on this brush. So what I do is when I first bought this, it had a really strong Boar smell, which, you know, is very typical of natural brushes. So what I did is I took my really strong smelling soap and my hard soap, and I ran the brush around in it, and I loaded the brush, and I would let it sit overnight. And I did that over and over again for a week. You know, I'd let it rest periodically, but then I just keep lathering it, letting it sit and rest, and condition these bristles. And over the past 3 years, this brush has turned into the most amazing shaving brush ever. First of all, it's a huge brush too. I don't really know what I can use for measurements here. I guess this is your typical straight razor. Compared to a straight razor, it is huge. Absolutely just giant. And honestly, that hasn't really turned into me losing soap. I don't really overload this brush, and I don't see that this soap has been eating, or this brush has been eating soap for me. My soap still lasts forever even using this. Over the past 3 years, I have lost bristles out of this brush. Initially I lost a pretty decent amount of bristles, maybe 10, 11, 12. After that, nothing. I mean, I haven't lost a bristle out of this brush in years. Okay, maybe a year. But I mean, just overall, really great brush. Even after 3 years, the sticker's still on there too, which is really awesome. So I think that I'm going to take you guys in and show you how I lather this brush, and talk to you more about it. So yeah, see you in a second. Hello and welcome to the bathroom. So I've had the brush sitting in this mug in some hot water, warm to hot water for about 5 minutes. I will be lathering it with Colonel Conk's world famous glycerin shaving soap in the Bay Rum scent. Really awesome soap. I'll put a link to the Amazon link to this soap down below as well. I've had this for a really long time, and it's lasted a really long time, but I'll do a review on that later. I'll also be using my silver dish. So, going over some things that I do with this brush. After dunking it out of the mug, I mean, I shake all the water out of this brush, all of it, all of the water. And then I throw some in the tips, just a little bit. My reasoning behind that is this is a really long brush, and just flicking some of the water out just gets the water out of the brush bristles, the tips of the brush bristles, where we want the water. all of the water in this brush generally stays in the bottom half down in here. And what that does is when I'm whipping the soap up, it just flings water all over the place. So I make sure just to get all the water out first, and then I'll re-add some to the bristles. These glycerin soaps are pretty tough, and this Boar brush is the perfect brush to get deep into this soap and just get everything out. It's very stiff and firm, which is something that I like about it a lot. Alright, so we're just about there. It doesn't take a lot of loading. You know, this brush has a huge splay, huge amount of splay. So you don't really need to load this up a whole lot, and I think you start making wrong decisions when you start overloading Boar brushes, especially this one, because it's enormous, and I don't want to waste soap. Like I said earlier, I haven't had any problems with that. However, that's because I'm making good decisions along the way. So I have a little bit of water in here, just because I wicked all the water out of this brush, and I'm just going to begin vigorously lathering up the soap in the brush and in the bowl. So like I said, when you buy this brush, you're going to get a very strong Boar scent, but do not be deterred. That happens with all Boar brushes, and you are part of a large group of people who are dealing with the same problem. And you know what? That smell is probably going to be there for a really long time, probably years, and that's okay. It's not particularly a bad scent, and as soon as you've gotten it broken in, or mostly broken in, you'll start to know it quickly fading. But there will always be a reminder, always. I'm gonna add a little more water, just a wee bit. Other things I've noticed about this brush is it's a great travel brush, just because it's light and it's got this really hard plastic handle. You know, I'm not really afraid of it breaking, like ceramic handled or other handled brushes or dainty badger brushes. I feel like Boar brushes, I mean, this is a very strong, dense brush, and I'm not afraid to just chuck this in a suitcase and just take it on a plane or something, you know. It's really great for traveling. So I would say that we are just about here on our lather. I'm generally a face lather kind of person, and if I were to take this out of the bowl, I would probably lather it on my face a little more. But if you can tell, I mean, when you load this brush up with soap out of a bowl or on your face, it's just so much. It just carries so much soap in here, and I oftentimes find that to get any more out of it, I kind of have to pull it to the front, just work it to the front a little bit by doing that. That's just something I do. I don't know if many other people do it, but I find that this works really well to get the soap on my face early on in the face lather. Other than that, if you have any questions about this soap, feel free to comment on the video, any questions at all. I'll put a link, the Amazon link to this and the Proraso equivalent online, and the soap too, might as well. It's a nice soap. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It supports me a lot. And if you'd like to support this channel, please like the video and subscribe, yada yada, you know. It'd be really helpful and really nice if you were to do that. So thank you so much. Happy shaving. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time.